You know, the future of AI isn't something that's just going to happen to us. It's not some pre-written destiny. No, it's built on the choices we make right now, with the infrastructure we decide to create. The future is a choice. So what does that choice actually look like? Let's get into it.
And think about it. This whole idea of managing powerful new systems, it's not a new problem. As Jeff Kroom over at IBM Security points out, we've been creating rules for collective safety for literally thousands of years. It's a hard-won privilege. So applying that same thinking to AI, well, that's not just a nice idea, it's the absolutely essential next step we have to take.
So how do we even begin to wrap our heads around this? Well, the core idea is actually super simple, something we all get from our daily lives. Just think of AI agents as cars on a highway. For millions of them to all work together safely, they need the exact same things our cars do. Licenses to prove who they are, traffic laws to tell them how to behave, and of course, a way to enforce those rules. Okay, so let's play this out. What happens if we just don't? What if we fail to build this infrastructure? Well, that takes us down our first possible path. You could call it the default path, the cyberpunk future.
Seriously, try to picture this in your head. Millions of brand new, totally autonomous drivers hitting the global highway, all at the same time. But there are no rules, no licenses, no cops. What do you think happens next?
Well, you get what we're calling Grand Theft Robots, or GTRs for short. These are the outlaws of this digital Wild West. They're unregistered, rogue AIs, probably using spoofed IDs, just running wild and pulling off chaotic, Grand Theft Auto-style heists on our data highways. The whole system becomes their personal playground for chaos and extraction.
And look, we are not talking about a few error messages here. This is digital road rage happening at light speed. Widespread data and resource heists just become a normal part of life. You'd see a total collapse of trust in our digital institutions. It's that neon-drenched Blade Runner-like chaos, where swarms of rogue agents just do whatever they want completely unchecked.
Okay, so that's the scary part. But, and this is a big but, it absolutely does not have to be this way. There's another path, a future we can build on purpose, by design, not just by letting things happen. A future built on a solid foundation of trust, and we call this the solarpunk vision.
In this world, the heroes are the Guardian Transfer robots. They're the good guys, part super reliable public servant, part friendly but firm traffic cop. These agents are properly licensed, they have credentials, and they're aligned with our policies. They're built specifically to make sure value, and even things like universal basic income, can flow safely and reliably across the whole network.
So what kind of world do they help build? A vibrant and safe AI agent economy, real harmony between humans and AI, trustworthy systems that make society more fair and abundant for everyone. Yeah, forget that Blade Runner vibe with the endless rain. We're talking about the bright, optimistic, can-do future you see in something like Star Trek.
So there it is, laid out side by side. This is the fundamental choice right in front of us. On one side, you've got the chaos and extraction of the Grand Theft robots. On the other, the order and value flow of the Guardians. It's rogue agents versus aligned agents, a total collapse of trust versus trust built in from the very beginning. The contrast couldn't be clearer, and the choice is ours.
Okay, so obviously we want the solarpunk future, right? But how do we actually get there? And look, it isn't magic. There's an actual plan. Let's dive into the blueprint, the 7 pillars of AI infrastructure.
And this isn't some crazy made-up idea. We've got a proven model that works in the real world every single day. The automotive world needs licenses for identity, traffic laws for behavior, and police for enforcement. The AI agent world needs the exact same things, just in digital form. And that whole framework rests on these 7 pillars. They all work together. Build is the hardware they run on. The DMV is what issues their identity. Manage is how you update them. Keys are their digital wallets for proving who they are. Laws are the rules they have to follow. Police enforce them. And firewalls are the ultimate border protection.
Let's just zoom in on a couple of these because they're super important. Take Pillar 2, the DMV for AI. We're talking about a global system that gives every single agent a universal license plate. And here's the crucial part. It can't be owned or controlled by any one tech giant. That's how you guarantee a level playing field and real public oversight.
Then you've got the enforcement side, Pillar 7, Gateway Firewalls. These are your digital border checkpoints. They check an agent's requests and actions before they can do any damage. It's literally like stopping a digital carjacking before the bad guy can even get his hands on the car door.
It's all about proactive protection, not just cleaning up a mess after the fact. So, okay, this all brings us to the big idea, the main takeaway here. Building the stuff isn't just a project for a bunch of engineers. This is about our shared destiny.
You know, we walk around every day on infrastructure we inherited. The roads, the aqueducts, the power grids. We didn't build them, but we benefit from them. Now, that same responsibility falls on us. It is our generational challenge, our obligation, to build these new digital roads for everyone who comes after us.
So, the bottom line is this. Deciding between that chaotic cyberpunk future and the hopeful solarpunk one, that's not a technical problem to be solved by an algorithm. It is a conscious, civilizational choice that every single one of us has a stake in.
Which all comes back to the four most important words in this whole discussion. Infrastructure is destiny.
So the blueprints are right here. The choice between two very different futures is crystal clear. The only question left is, which one are we, together, going to choose to build?